Hey out there, Bulba2 fans, Professor Bulba here, gonna walk you through 10 long-standing Pokemon questions. These are questions that have come up since they've existed, which doesn't really give you an accurate time frame, but too freaking bad because of my video, and I'm gonna say what I want. Yes, I do have videos about some of these questions, so if you want to watch a more in-depth version about them, they are in the description below, the links are there. But for the all intensive purposes, you know what? It's actually not all intensive purposes, it's all intents and purposes. Fucking English. But this is the nitty gritty of that. These are the bare bone facts about it, right down to the main part of it. So sit back, relax, and we'll get right to it. Yeehaw!
Number 10.
Animals in the Pokemon world? Seriously? Of course there are animals in the Pokemon world. For a game so heavily based on evolution, why wouldn't there be? In the anime there are fish, Ash at one point makes a reference to a cow before he even knew Miltank existed, and then there's always
animals are attracted to other animals by scent.
Still don't buy it? Look at the Pokedex. What is a species of Squirtle? A tiny turtle. You can't tell me they just arbitrarily named its species turtle with no connection to the real life turtles.
Squirtle!
It is quite clear that the species names are based on real life entities and inanimate objects. Heck, even in the game Vespiquen summons little bees to attack you.
Number 9.
Why doesn't he age? Well, while I'd love to jump on the rainbow-deckled Ho-Oh granting Ash eternal happiness bandwagon, I have a much simpler explanation. He dead. He gone died. Remember that time Haunter in episode 20, the Tower of Terror, took Ash out of his body? Yeah, turns out there's no going back from that. Hence why he doesn't age, and it seems Brock and Misty do. Either that or, I don't know, maybe 10-year-olds is the median age that they are targeting for viewership and they might relate better to someone who's also 10 years old, but fuck logic. Let's make up a new theory. I'm gonna go with Ash sacrificed his father to gain immortality. Bam!
Number 8.
Was it Porygon's fault? Yes, the Porygon episode did cause seizures in Japan. To what extent still remains shrouded in mystery as there are conflicting reports. But the question becomes, was it Porygon's fault? No, it was not. Nice try, Pikachu, putting the blame on Porygon. The real culprit here is Pikachu. Or is it? To find the true cause of this, one would need to follow a string of events to its roots, and to no surprise, the main cause of the sequencing of events is none other than Team Rocket. Had they not gone to cyberspace to steal Pokemon, Ash and his gang never really went there in the first place, thus the whole missile thing never would have happened. Way to go, Team Rocket. You can't capture Pikachu for longer than 30 seconds, but you managed to give kids seizures across Japan.
Number 7.
Venna and Butterfree. It was not a mistake in the game. It wasn't because the anime writers thought that people would relate more to Butterfree than Venomoth. That, my friends, is pure speculation. Yes, the sprites of Venna and Butterfree are clearly closer to each other in design than Caterpie and Butterfree. But if we're basing logic on correlation proving causation, then it seems that breast milk and baby formula is the #1 indicator for crime. Yes, my friends, 99% of all criminals have either had breast milk and or baby formula as an infant. Thus, that is the main cause of crime. No, it's not. That's terrible logic. The real-life metamorphosis line of Caterpie goes as follows and matches as follows. This is what they were based off of. If not good enough, look at the index number in the Pokedex for how the Pokemon were created and are inputted into the Pokedex. Note that Caterpie, Metapod, and Butterfree are all chronologically put together, whereas Venonat and Venomoth are nowhere to be found near them or each other.
Number 6.
Why Charizard isn't a dragon? There are a lot of reasons behind this, but let's just boil it down to 3 simple facts. 1. Its evolutionary line is based on being lizards. Even in its Japanese names, it's Lizardon. 2. Its design choice is what Western European society expects dragons to look like, which is very different than Asian-style dragons. 3. Considering dragon types take half damage from grass, fire, water, and electricity, if Charizard had a dragon type attached to it, it'd be even more overpowered than it already was, thus making Generation 1 even more unbalanced. Reasons 4 through 17. Just go watch the video after this one, there's a lot of stuff behind it.
Number 5.
There is so much contradicting evidence for this Pokemon. Its species is Egg Pokemon, One Pokedex entry says that it's the seeds of a plant, or another one straight up says, this Pokemon consists of 6 eggs. Then, in later generations, once you think you have it figured out, they throw some shit at you like this. Even though it appears to be eggs of some sorts, it was discovered to be a life form more like plant seeds. Personally, I think they are monsters. Monsters that are shaped like eggs, which act as seeds, as by evidence of Executor's Pokedex entries, which states that if one of its head falls off, it will become an Execute. That seems more like the qualities of a seed rather than an egg. Combining the fact that they are a grass type along with the fact that Executor are the coconut Pokemon, I'd say it's pretty safe to say they act more like seeds than eggs. Fuck, I don't know. They can be whatever they want to be. I'm sticking with that they are egg-shaped seed monsters. Or maybe segs.
Number 4.
Many people believe that the names Marsh and Soul badges are incorrectly assigned to the gym leader. Fans believe that Sabrina's badge should be called the Soul badge and the Marsh badge should belong to Koga. The reason this rumor came to be is due to initial error of a computer program called Pokemon Project Studio Blue and Red, where the names were switched. Actually, this happens on a few occasions, including official Pokemon material and even the official Pokemon Monopoly game. So it's quite understandable as to why many people have this in their minds. It was just a simple mistake that got out of hand.
Number 3.
PETA has it all wrong. It's not animal abuse or slavery, as seen in my video on Protomar's channel, because 1, they aren't animals, which is a pretty piss-poor reason, but the better reason is that they can choose to disobey. Pokemon have free will, which is demonstrated in all 3 canons of the franchise, the manga, the game, and the anime. Don't believe me? Start a new game, get a friend to trade you a level 30 Pokemon, and watch it look at you like some filthy casual.
Number 2.
Pokemon is not cockfighting. No, not even when 2 Combustions are fighting each other. Although there are many parallels that exist between the two, such as 2 creatures battling it out until one faints or is clearly dominant over the other, Pokemon has other elements in it that cockfighting does not, including a name that doesn't put my mind in the gutter.
Well, that was disturbing.
Pokemon is more closely related to Japanese beetle battling, where bloodshed is not the aim or goal.
Number 1.
Is it possible to beat the Elite Four with Magikarp? It sure frickin' is. If I can beat the Kalos Elite Four with one single Magikarp, then I'd like to think that the other ones are also possible. Although it should be noted that in Generation 1, you or I would not be able to beat the Elite Four with a Magikarp, or a team of Magikarp.
If you like this video, I suggest you check out some of my other fact videos that have been covered in this topic. Some of my favorite ones is the Sabrina versus Koga badge battle, if that's a thing. And also, is Pokemon animal abuse? That's one of my favorite topics, and I think I covered it quite well. So yeah, just go ahead, click them. They're on one of these fingers there. Yeah, here they are. I don't know where they are. I'm gonna edit it later. Deal with it. I guess I should say subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe. Yeah. Shameless self-promotion. Professor Bulba signing out.